I'm constantly in the zone of the imposter syndrome. So I'm always worried that, my decisions or the way that I lead people or things like that are catching me. But, like at some point in time, somebody's going to be like, oh, no, you totally not got this right. And it doesn't matter how much experience I have or how much positive feedback I get. I always, I've struggled to move past that. And also get myself into the position of saying yes to too many things at work because, oh, that looks interesting or that looks fun. And I just found myself at the bottom of a gigantic pile of work, not having the best time, and also probably not respecting myself and my capabilities as much as I could have or should have either. But I wasn't clear on where my priorities were. I just had lots of them and I was just chewing my way through everything. And so now one of the big changes for me is that I have been able to articulate my priorities, recognizing and understanding that my value doesn't come from doing everything, it comes from doing some things well. So I've assumed that everybody needs you to say yes to all of the things that they ask you to do. And for me, I think I've learned that it is much better to say yes to a smaller number of things and do them well than say yes to a whole bunch of things and do none of them well. And I just think that the small acts of confidence are where it's at. They are the thing that changes every single day and reminds me that I can just keep moving forward a little bit at a time. And they're the behaviours that you can practice the most. I didn't even realise at the beginning that they were the things that I needed to do. Like I went to a session with you both a few years ago on boundary setting, right? And I was like, oh yes, this is everything that I need to do. And then, wandered away from it. Life gets busy, boundaries get eroded, you don't pay attention to them. And so I think that one of the things that's really valuable about this is that reminder that you need to pay attention to things. If you want good boundaries, if you want to say no, if you want to ask for things, you need to practice their skills. In terms of what is possible for me, I don't know the answer to that question because I hadn't really been brave enough to think about what was beyond boundaries or learning to say no or learning to ask for help. And when I think about really being able to focus on my priorities and getting clear on them and saying no to things that aren't as important and asking the right people for help along the way, I think that there's a great amount of growth available for me and a great amount of outcomes available for the people around me, clients that I work with, people in my teams that I mentor, etc.